Johnny Wright giving a shout out to a teenview.com, and it's the hottest teen sensation since the teen sensation. I was thinking about her, thinking about me, thinking about us.
I'm here with all the guests.
Hi, Arin. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, I'm Victoria Justice, and you're watching.
Let's start out with On the Spot, which is one of your current projects right now. We're in the process of auditions. So what kind of gave you the idea for it?
Well, what had happened is I had done a few other TV shows, Making the Band with Puff, Star Maker, obviously, with Puff, and then I did a show called Fame on NBC. So through doing those shows, people kind of recognized who I was. So as I would be out at dinner, or if I wanted sneakers at Foot Locker, people who recognized me would come up to me and say, hey, can I sing for you, or can I rap to you? And it was kind of uncomfortable because then I had to give them an immediate response. And that's not really my process of how I do things. I like to listen over and over and really get an opinion. So I started carrying a flip camera around. And as those things started to happen, I just started filming people. And then a friend of mine said, hey, why don't you put it up on our website and get feedback from fans of what they think? So I did. And we started getting hits, and people would make comments, and it was really cool. So in talking to my friends over at Cambio, they were like, Johnny, we need to do something with you. Do you have any ideas for a show? And I was like, well, I do this thing on my own website. It would be kind of cool if we could turn this into a real talent search and send it all over the world. And thus, that's how On the Spot, became.
Awesome. And you've worked with a lot of big-name artists and worked on a lot of their careers. So what's kind of your thing that you've found helps an artist become who they are, I guess?
So the biggest thing is patience, because in this business, everything is definitely hurry up and wait. And to be in it for the reasons of the love of the craft. Sometimes people get in this business because they see it as a quick way to make money. They want to buy a car. They want to do this. If that's your ambition, then I don't want to work with you. I want people that are dedicated to their craft and having success being a musician or who they are, because all those other things will follow if you're successful. And there's a lot of time where you're going to be working long hours at the beginning of being an artist, and there's going to be no reward for it. So as long as you have the patience and the passion and the drive to do it, and you see the ultimate goal of being able to really entertain people and have people connect to your music, if that's what I feel out of you, then I'll go to the depths of the world for you, because we're in it for the same reason.
I definitely think that applies to everything, too.
Exactly, yeah.
Definitely.
I tell you, again, you have a niche that connects to a fan base that a lot of major people, including myself, that's why I'm doing this, we need for the things that we're involved with to be successful. It's kind of like when you think about it with Facebook and how that whole thing came about. As crazy as that seems, you really don't understand that you might be creating the next Facebook for yourself. So, again, and the reward for it right now, from a financial standpoint, might not be that big, and it's a lot of hours, and you got to knock on a lot of doors. But trust me, once it's right, and you get enough people, online watching this thing, the big players will notice, and someone's going to come down and make you an offer you just can't refuse, and it's going to take off like your wildest dreams would have believed. It happens because you're dedicated, and you're doing it young.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I'm glad it comes 360 and I get to talk to you now, but just keep doing what you're doing and building what you're building, because like I say, I'm talking to you for what I'm doing around the world, because you're an important part of what I need to do to grow. And so if I'm saying that to you, there's going to be millions of more, people bigger than me out there that's going to need that connection to you too. So you're on the right track, and, just remember me when you get to the top.
I will, definitely. Well, how have you used things like Facebook and Twitter to help people with their careers?
Well, again, I think that it's the standard now that we live in a society now where people feel like we live in a reality society where people feel like they have to know you, they have to be able to connect to you in order to be a part of your brand as a musician or anything that you do. And so you now have to allow, because again, in the past, artists were very secretive. They didn't want people to know about their business. Now you have some of the biggest artists in the world telling you what they ate for dinner and, where they're going next. And that's the kind of connection that we feel that the world needs to have people, to people and to their stars, that access in order for them to stay connected to them. And as a manager of an artist, I have to explain that on a daily basis to artists that don't understand that. If you want to play the game of being secret and not let anybody inside of who you are, then they're not going to be connected to you. They want to feel that they're a part of you. And that's also why this particular show works, because it's online and because there's an interaction that can happen. With Idol and some of those other shows, yeah, you can be a part of it. You can make a phone call. You can send a text. But there's no face to any one of those things. With what I'm doing, as you watch my process go down, if you don't like something or if you do like something or if you have an opinion about something, I'll do a video chat with you. And I'll bring you into the whole situation. So I'm going to Susie from Omaha who has this opinion about X, Y, and Z. Tell us why you feel that way. And then on camera, face-to-face with me and face-to-face with the artist that I'm trying to turn into a group, you'll tell me what's on your mind. And it's so important for me to have that kind of feedback because ultimately the band that I'm putting together, I need to have embraced by the world. So what better way for me to know that I'm on the right track but to have you tell me, good or bad, what I'm doing is on the right track or I should change up what I'm doing. And it really, really becomes interactive, and people don't have to be sitting in front of a TV screen or a computer for that matter, because if you have a phone with a video camera on it, you can chat with me and do business with me anywhere in the world at any point in time that we're online together. So the technology is so instant, and to me it works wonders. Obviously, it also works negative because if something, someone slips up and does something wrong, instantly it's all over the world. But, again, I think that's a good, keep yourself in check kind of situation. And I say that all the time to artists, be careful of what you do because you never know who's filming you and how fast the world's going to know about it. So.
Definitely. And so, deadline for people to submit their videos is coming up on the 28th.
Yep.
And then the actual web show starts on the 25th?
Yes, you'll start. The next level will be after the submissions, and I've gone through all of them, which I will tell you, I will watch every one of them and have up to this point. I'll pick my top 20. From those top 20, I will start giving you challenges, things that I want you to do that will help me know more about you as a person and really challenge you also as an artist. And then from that process, I'll whittle it down to my top 10. Those top 10 will then fly into L.A. and meet me personally, and then I'm going to put my team of vocal coaches and choreographers and media trainers around you through a boot camp and really dig in and see what I have. And then from there, I'm going to pick my band.
Awesome. And so it's definitely going to be a band. It's not maybe just going to be someone on their own in the end?
No, I guarantee it won't be a solo singer, but again, it could be a duet, could be a trio, could be a multitude of things. And as I said, it's not, one thing it's not going to be a boy band. Mm-hmm. So I already have do one of those signed to Jive called One Call. So I'm not looking to duplicate that. So I'm encouraging male and female. It definitely will be a mixed band. But what the ratio to male to female still depends on the talent, but it definitely will be a mixed band. And I can tell you, too, an emphasis real strong will be on the character. So, in addition to your vocal talent, your personality and what your image and your character is going to be really strong in this.
Okay, and definitely with character, what I've noticed with some of your artists that you work with is, Jonas Brothers had Change for the Children. Justin Timberlake does his charity event. So what's kind of your role in all of that? Do you strongly believe in giving back?
Oh, yeah. And that started back with NSYNC when we did children. Again, there's you can do a lot of good from the success in this business. You become a platform for a lot of things, and rather taking things and constantly putting them in your pocket, you need to use that blessing that you got to help other people. And again, and it's always tough when artists, get approached by various charities to, be the endorser. So it's like, look, just find something that's dear to your heart, let it be your charity, and you can just go and help multiple charities through it. And you know what? I never have to say more than that one conversation. Like, do you have something? Is there something that you feel like you want to contribute to an organization, or do you want to create something? With Justin, he understood that there were a lot of kids that their music programs in their schools were being taken away because of no funding for them. So he's like, my whole initiative is going to be able to put instruments back in school so kids will have an opportunity to really learn music like I did. And it's not always about tragedy as much as it is just about helping something and helping a cause. And yeah, we've watched over the course of the last 5 years so many schools just totally dissolve their music departments because they couldn't afford to keep them up.